Man, oh man, when I tell you that there is outrage in the community right now, specifically against Dragon's Dogma 2 because of microtransactions, I saw the hate on Twitter and I just thought, they just hate the microtransactions. No, they really hate it. It is being review bombed right now on Steam, so much so that now Capcom and them had to release a statement on Steam about the paid DLCs and the microtransactions. It's caused like a rift in the community because you have a lot of people pointing out that, hey, all this stuff that's on the microtransaction you get in the game still. Then you have other people that just, they see a couple of things and say, no, it's definitely not necessarily pay to win, but you have to pay to warp locate. That's the thing I think that people hate the most about it, is that warp location marker. The problem though is that they had to specify that all these items can be found in game or as paid DLC. So in other words, if you don't want to wait or look for it, etc., then you can get it right away. Is it silly to have these things? Probably. And there is some sites already making content in regards to that, saying, hey, look, we get that it is kind of crazy that they had microtransactions for things that you can get in the game. The problem though, I think that a lot of people are having is that not everybody even knew about this. I started seeing when I was streaming the game yesterday, some comments towards, hey, there's microtransactions here, microtransactions there, and a lot of us are saying like, well, what are you talking about? Some people that had the game for over a week now, they didn't even know. They've been playing 40, 60, some of them 100 hours without even realizing that there was microtransactions. So it's not like it's something that's in your face, right? Has it always been there? It seems like it has. Let me pull up so here's what they had on one Twitter account with the camping kits, the music and sound collection, smoke beacons, heartfelt pendant, a thoughtful gift, rift incense, makeshift gold key, escape from ghouls or whatever they're, art of metamorphosis, character editor. So I think that was another one. That was one that a lot of people got upset about, was a character editor. Now, from what I heard though, it's like 30 minutes into the game, you can change the character without having to pay for it. So like that's really an early thing that you get. This is the one that also caused a big uproar, the warp location marker, specifically because the dev came out and said that your game is boring if you need fast travel and stuff like that. So I understand completely the anger about hearing something like that and then having a pay or a microtransaction to basically have a fast travel. So to me, there's a little bit of justification on the anger for this, but you can get this without having to pay for it in the game. So again, I do feel why people can get mad at this. Now, again, like I said though, the anger that it's causing is like really, really crazy. I mean, the reviews that I'm seeing so far on Steam page, it's just crazily negative right now, overwhelmingly negative, and specifically because of microtransactions, and specifically the warp location one and the creative player are the two main culprits of the anger. You had people having to make apology videos and stuff like that because they didn't, they haven't seen the microtransactions, so they didn't understand. You had some people that pointed out that, hey, yes, even though we didn't talk about it, a lot of the creators did have access, knowing that it should have been there because they were told. So it wasn't like it was a secret to any of the people that made content. It's just that some people either didn't read that they had it, and some people just didn't find it and didn't know about it, period. And I think they genuinely did not know, because it wasn't something, like I said, that you had that it was like right there in front of you. So like I said, people were playing hours and hours without ever knowing that was there in the game. Only when it got pointed out, it's like, oh, okay. Because some people were actually saying, what are you talking? Y'all just going by what Twitter is saying, there is no microtransactions. Some people didn't know, legitimately did not know. This person here, the Sphere Hunter, the comments in this video are expressing justified concern about a lot of things in the game, but also a lot of unfair negativity aimed at me specifically. I can only speak from my personal experience with DD2, so here we go. I'm being called the paid shield more than ever. For full transparency, I can remove the video right now with no problem because I'm not being paid to talk about the game. There is no contractual obligation. I got to make an official pawn character for the game. I didn't get paid for this at all. No one who was invited to make official pawns got paid. I didn't know about microtransactions because there weren't any in the preview period or on storefronts or even in the game itself. There's literally no in-game vendor or any real-world cash items. Finally, I have a supercomputer, so I experience minimal at most frame drops in cities. I didn't make this video to trick you into buying a game. I mostly make videos about games I love. I have finished the game at 70 hours, true ending and all, and still think it's an amazing action RPG. I don't know what else to say about this kind of thing anymore. It's left me very cynical about even making videos. Maybe I should stick to covering older games because even when I feel like I'm doing something right, something always goes wrong. I'm sorry if you felt tricked by my praise for the game. It wasn't my intention. You don't have to buy it. You never have to play it. If you feel this strongly about its issues, take it up with Capcom and don't buy it. We as YouTubers, streamers can't do much for Capcom's decisions-making process about microtransactions, but we can talk about the performance, which we are doing. We are mentioning this stuff, but please be patient with those of us who've only experienced the game in its best possible way. So, like I said, you know, it's gotten to the point where people are starting to review bomb videos that are out there. Even one of our own here, TBH, has pointed out that in his latest video, he's starting to get comments like that too, and like I said, it's crazy. Again, Steam, they released a statement here about the paid DLC. All items listed below can be obtained in-game or as paid DLC. The character editor, so like the ones that everybody was talking about the most: warp location marker, they call that the port crystal, ambivalent rift incense, the change pawn inclinations, restore the dead alive, wake stone, points to spend beyond rift, the escape the Gaul keys, and the Harpy Lure item. So the microtransaction hate has been, you know, like I said, pretty aggressive. There's also been, because of the frame rate thing, this whole CPU thing, and I saw at first it looked like this wasn't as big a deal because I saw a lot of articles talking about that there is a known issue where like a large amount of characters, or I guess the pawns, are affecting the CPU or the performance. And you have articles that were even making jokes about how the community was going out to basically kill all the pawns, so that way the thing would perform better. I thought it was just all fun and games, but apparently, just going by the comments that the Sphere Hunter over here had to make, it feels like everybody's bad about that as well. And wow, I mean, look, when games launch, I know there's always been problems with a lot of them, right? I mean, obviously, Cyberpunk had issues when it launched. GTA 5 had issues when it launched. A lot of these games have issues when it launched. I feel like right now, though, I don't think I've seen the amount of vitriol for something so like minor. And maybe they don't know that you could get the items in there, and that's why they had to release it. Because then again, that could be very well true, because a lot of people that had the game didn't even know that it was microtransactions, like I said. So, wow, I really can't stress that I feel like this is overblown in epic proportions. Here's the comments here that TBH tweeted out. The hate mob is bombing the comment section of my Dragon's Dogma 2 video because I didn't call out the Steam microtransactions when I clearly stated I was playing on Xbox. How was I supposed to know pre-launch about Steam versions? Please bring critical thinking back to the school systems. And you can tell, look at these comments here. So when are you reviewing the predatory microtransaction practices in a single player game? The horrendous one save only issue made of forcing to buying microtransactions. Again, see, this has been addressed. You can get this stuff in the game. DD2 has a brief chance for Game of the Year, but they already lost thanks to their scummy microtransactions. You can't delete characters unless you pay $1.99. I feel like that's another one that they put in the game that you can't do. Right, I believe here. Let me see, where was that at? Restore Dead Alive. I'm assuming that it's that, or spend beyond Rift that they're talking about. Is anyone else struggling with a super huge glitch? If you die and press retry, the game will slowly lower your gray health every time. I guess that's not related, but that could be related to the the CPU stuff. Probably aware that such as your settings that reduce GPU load may currently have a limited effect. However, we are looking into ways to improve performance in the future. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, look, microtransactions, and oh, look, more microtransactions. Before you install Genius microtransactions, fuck this company. The graphics aren't that great either. Sellout. I mean, we're seeing a lot of sellout ones now. I mean, wow. Look, I play the game only for a couple of hours, and I'll tell you right now, I'm enjoying it. I have no idea about the microtransactions as well, and I guess the better question: there's games that have microtransactions, just don't buy it. I don't know what else to say. If it was pay to win, I could completely understand. I'm not seeing anything that's in here that says, "Hey, you're gonna have to pay for this in order to win the game," or you know, to make sure that you succeed in a fashion that's different than everybody else's experience. Again, a lot of these creators have been telling you flat out that they play the whole game, right? This one, Susie here, went the whole entire game and played without ever knowing that there was microtransactions in the game. So it's not like you can't beat the game without it. So I like I said, what do you guys think? Comment section below. Let me know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting a lot of, oh, this is why I hate I mean, look, I get the hate for microtransactions. Don't get me wrong. I understand completely. It's a single player game. Why do you need it for, etc. Companies try to find a way to make money. That's all I know. Sure, Capcom is huge. I don't think there's any dispute about that, and they probably don't need it. But it's not like everybody's just trying to do everything at minimum and not try to get paid for it in the end. Regardless of what the profession is, regardless of what the company is, regardless of how much they make or not make, etc., there's always room to try to maximize the value of a product, period. Whether it's, 40 more cents for cheese, whether it's, anything. You know what I mean? And a lot of these microtransactions weren't even that bad of a price. I mean, I can understand if it was $20 and stuff like that, like most games that have microtransactions, you're looking at $5 minimum all the way to 20 for a lot of things. These were cheap $1.50 and stuff like that. I mean, look, if you're gonna get mad about some of the stuff, I understand completely, but it wasn't even that ridiculous of prices. And then on top of that, like they said, you can get it in the game. That's all I'm gonna leave it at. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out.